Hello everyone and welcome to this Kent Business College Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's basically the invisible architecture of our working environment. We're going to explore how the fundamental principle of the rule of law shapes, guides, and ultimately protects our professional lives. Whether you're just starting your career or stepping into a new apprenticeship, understanding this core standard is absolutely essential to your success and your safety in the workplace.
So, here's our agenda for today. We'll be covering 1. The rule of law. 2. Professional accountability. 3. Key workplace legislation. 4. A scenario on whistleblowing in finance. And 5. The consequences of non-compliance.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the rule of law and how it creates fair and consistent standards.
Notice the emphasis on the word everyone here. The rule of law is a fundamental principle ensuring that everyone, regardless of their role, their seniority, or how much influence they might have, is subject to the exact same legal standards and organizational policies. The CEO, they're bound by the exact same rules as the newest apprentice. This is absolutely crucial because it creates a fair, structured environment. It means decisions are consistent, risks are effectively managed, and most importantly, all individuals are protected. The workplace isn't governed by the whims of a few people, it's governed by a reliable framework of rules.
Moving right along to Section 2, professional accountability and why there are no exemptions. You've probably seen workplace compliance documents floating around the office, right? Well, those aren't just boring paperwork. They are the rule of law made visible. Compliance is a mandatory standard for everyone. From entry-level apprentices to senior leaders, it is never, ever optional. Accountability ensures that misconduct is addressed appropriately and that absolutely no one gets a free pass. That's exactly how you build a real culture of trust. When you know everyone is held to the exact same standard, you feel confident that issues will be handled fairly.
Next up is Section 3, Key Workplace Legislation. Let's look at the actual legal framework.
If we trace this timeline, it's pretty fascinating to see how the law has steadily evolved to protect us. Believe it or not, before the 1974 Health and Safety at Work Act, workplace accident rates were honestly shocking. That act fundamentally shifted the burden of safety onto employers to protect our physical well-being. Then, in 1998, the Public Interest Disclosure Act stepped in to protect our right to speak up. And fast forward to 2018, the Data Protection Act evolved to secure our digital information.
So, these three acts establish a really firm legal responsibility framework for everyone. Under health and safety, both employers and employees have strict duties to maintain safe conditions. The Public Interest Disclosure Act, which we usually just call whistleblowing, actively protects individuals who report wrongdoing. And data protection, incorporating GDPR, strictly governs the collection and security of sensitive data. Together, they make sure organizations operate ethically, responsibly, and safely.
Let's put this into perspective with Section 4, Whistleblowing in Finance, taking theory into practice.
Okay, picture this. You're in a modern finance office. You're an apprentice, meticulously reviewing some financial records, and suddenly, Let's be real. Looking at those records, your very first thought is probably going to be, am I going to lose my job if I report this? It is completely natural to feel intense personal pressure or to fear retaliation in that moment. You might be thinking, no way am I speaking up against a senior colleague. It'll ruin my career. That fear, it's a totally normal human response.
But here's the catch. Those heavy internal pressures have to be weighed against your legal duties. On one side, you have that immense personal pressure. But on the other side, you have professional integrity and ethical practice. And the rule of law dictates that the balance absolutely must tip toward integrity. Your internal fears have to be outweighed by your legal responsibility. You see, compliance isn't just about following the rules when it's easy. It's about sticking to ethical practice precisely when it is the hardest thing to do.
So, here is your roadmap for handling this safely. Step 1. You identify the misconduct in the records. Step 2. Do not confront the person directly. Instead, utilize your organization's confidential reporting process. Step 3. Because you followed the proper channels, you receive full legal protection under the Whistleblowing Act. By reporting the issue confidentially to a professional manager, you fulfill your ethical duty and the law fully protects you against any retaliation.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the consequences of non-compliance, looking at both the individual and organizational impact. Failing to comply has severe consequences, and it happens on multiple levels. For an individual, we're not just talking about a slap on the wrist. We're talking legal penalties, massive fines, severe professional sanctions, and definitely the termination of your employment. But it ripples out from there. It causes immense organizational damage, ruining reputations, completely destroying customer trust, and causing severe operational disruption that can literally collapse the entire business. The rule of law is the only framework that prevents this from happening.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the core definition of fairness to the really powerful protections of whistleblowing legislation. So as you continue your apprenticeship and build your career, I want to leave you with this question. How will your everyday choices uphold the rule of law and protect the integrity of your entire profession? Thank you for watching this explainer. This has been Kent Business College, British Values, Rule of Law and Professional Practice.